Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video I will share with you a very beautiful beach bag recipe whose model belongs to a famous brand. I used RAF yarn as in the original of the brand, but you can also do this work with paper yarn right away. First, I want to show you the base. We will prepare a very regular, beautiful oval base. Again, our work will be as a whole with the model. It is a very big bag. Look, I will try to fit the screen like this. I want to show you. I've prepared it exactly with the original measurements. There is no lining inside yet. In the original of the bag, there was a bag with a zippered mouth. It is a light-colored fabric. If you want, you can line this bag. You can place a bag inside, or you can even use it like this. Look, immediately I want to show the texture of the RAF yarn, like this key inspiration knitting. Exactly as I said, the original was suitable with the original, but you can also prepare it with paper yarn. You can use different handles. You can also prepare handles with your own rope. This is completely up to your taste. We also made a sword for this bag. There will be those who remember. I will add the screenshot of that to the screen like this. You can look. The sword is also really nice. As I said, you can use these with or without lining. It is a very easy construction that is completely up to your taste. I shared all the details with you step by step. I am sure that even those who are new to knitting can do this very easily. I share with you how much yarn I used and all the details and measurements step by step in the video. I hope it will be useful content and you will like it and try it. Before moving on to our recipe, I would like to make a small request from you. I would be really happy if you subscribe to our channel for free, like the video and leave your comments. I obtained all the materials I used for my bag from Aksa Orgu Boutique. I will add the link to their Instagram account in the description section below. You can reach it by clicking there. We will use Aksa Orgu Boutique's soft, hand-free shelf yarns for our bag. 3 balls will be enough. In other words, we will have used a total of 300 grams of yarn for this bag. You can also work with paper yarn. I think it will be enough to get approximately 400 grams of yarn with paper yarn. Here we will use a leather handle. The length of our handle is 70 centimeters and can be sewn like this. We will have leather handles. These are all our materials. Let's move on to our recipe. I took my yarn. Look, I want to show you its texture closely. It has a very soft texture. My crochet hook number will be 3.5 millimeters. You can determine your own crochet hook number according to the thinness and thickness of your yarn, the tightness and looseness of your knitting. Here we first start with a chain. After locking our first chain like this, we pull our starting chains a little looser than the setting we knitted. I will start with 21 chains. If you want your bag smaller according to the size you want, you can start with fewer chains. If you want it bigger, you can start with more chains. Now let's complete our 21 chains here. We pulled a total of 21 chains. Here I am turning the reverse part of the chain, not the straight part. When we turn the complete reverse part, look, there are dotted lines on the back. In other words, these dots. We will knit our frequent needles using these parts. Now leave the 21st chain and look at the back dotted line of the 20th chain. I am inserting into the single yarn. I took a stitch out of here like this. I have 2 stitches. I filled them. I knitted my single crochet by passing them through both of them. Now I will knit 3 single crochets to this point. I come to the same space, my second single crochet. I came to the same space 3rd time. Single crochet 1, 2, 3. We have knitted our first chain. I am coming to the next point. Look, I am knitting 1 single crochet insertion into the back dotted line again. We will proceed by inserting 1 into the others to the points I have shown at this stage. If you think I'm knitting too fast, you can slow down the video or conversely speed it up. Watch it. See, when we turn, 2 lines will be left on this side in this way. Now continue knitting our single crochets until the end of the row. We have come to the end of our row. I am insertion into the dotted line where our last chain is. I am knitting 1 single crochet. Now we will knit 3 single crochets into this last chain. We will have made 3 single crochets into the first and the last one at the beginning. We will have made 3 single crochets into the first and the last one. Look, I will hold this short yarn on the yarn and pass it from the back. I am insertion into the same space. Look, I am insertion into the last chain. I pulled a stitch from this point, the second single crochet. Look, I have made a turn. We will knit this short yarn by hiding it. I am coming to the same space. I am knitting my third single crochet into the last chain. We have knitted 1, 2, and 3 single crochets. Now I am coming, look, the point where the chains are now visible spike by spike. Now 2 lines from this side in the first row, look, when you knit from here, there will be a single line. There will be 2 lines on this side. In this way, it looks like spikes. Now I'm coming, look, I'm inserting the single crochet here into the next chain. I'm knitting a single crochet again. Look, I am inserting the bottom of the single crochet, that is the chain point. We will insert the chain and continue by knitting 1 single crochet on this side. We only knitted the triple single crochet at the beginning and end. Now let's knit the others one at the beginning and end and come to the end and beginning of the row. Look, we have come to the end of our row. I am inserting the point where the last chain is here and knitting my single crochet. Now look, the point where the first single crochet is here, let's remember it here. We knitted 1, 2, or 3 single crochets. I am coming to the top of the first single crochet here. I sank into the headspace and pulled out a loop from this point. I slipped the loop I pulled out through the waiting loop. We have slipped into the top of the first single crochet and made our slip. Now I am going up with a chain and pulling my second chain. Now we will prepare single crochets in the meantime. After going up with 2 chains, I fill the head of my hook. Look, I came to the top of the first single crochet, I knitted and slipped and pulled out a loop. There are 3 loops I am filling. I collected all 3 at once. I am filling. I come to the same space and knit a single treble crochet again. I took a stitch off. Look, there are 3 stitches I am filling. I collected 3 of them at once. This is also called double treble crochet. We are knitting single treble crochets. I am filling. I come to the next point. I took a stitch off. That is, I came to the second treble crochet and knit 2 single treble crochets. I am filling to the top. I am filling the second single treble crochet in the same space. I am filling the third point. I also came to the third treble crochet and wrapped it once. I knitted the second single treble crochet in the same space. At this point, look, the top spaces where the triples are, we will have knitted double in the form of 222. That is, look, we knitted 2 single treble crochets by double sinking. There are 3 from this point. Now I am filling. We will knit the others one by one. This row will proceed with single treble crochets. I entered the top of the next treble crochet and took a stitch off. We are knitting our single treble crochets by collecting 3 stitches at once. See until we will knit like this. Up to the triple treble crochet. Let's come to the triple treble crochet. Let's share the turn here with you again immediately. Look, we have come to the turning point here. There are 3 single crochets in the same chain here. I immediately knit 2 single crochets on top of each of these 3 single crochets. I fill 1 space with 2. We knit 2 single crochets on the second single crochet in the same spot. Look, we are making our turn like this. We knitted 2 again for the other one, and we continue by knitting the others one by one. Look, I want to show you the turn right away. Look, we knitted the others one by one, and we will have progressed to the end and beginning of the row. Look, we have come to the end of our row. Now here we knitted a single crochet to the last single crochet. There is a slipping point here. I do not touch the slipping point. We have 2 chain points. Look, this is the slipping point here, 2 chain points. I am coming right away. I knitted the first single crochet. I am sinking into the top of the single crochet. I took out the stitch directly. I took it out. I passed the stitch by slipping it through the waiting stitch. When we say plain like this, look. This will be the image. Now I'm going up with a chain. This row will be our single crochet row. I am coming. I knitted the first single crochet. I'm knitting 2 single crochets to the top of the single crochet. 1 in the same space, 2 in the next. Look, I knitted 2 single crochets to the single crochet. 1, 2 here. Look, I knitted 2 double stitches. There are 3 dots. 2, 2, 2. I knitted 3 dots. We will knit 2 single crochets on top of each of them. I come to the next dot, 1 or 2 single crochets again on the next top, 2 single crochets again, so there will be 6 of these double crochets. One, 2, next point 1 and 2. Look, we made the increase like this. We came to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points by knitting them all by sinking 2 at the beginning. Now we continue. We will knit the others one by one. We will proceed by knitting 1 single crochet to the top of each single crochet. We will continue here. Then look, there are 3 double single crochet points here. By sinking to the tops of these in the form of 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 again, we will do exactly the same process we did here. In other words, there will be 6 double synced points. What does double mean? It means 2 single crochets in the same hole. We will continue by knitting 6 single crochets in this way. Then we will insert the other single crochets until the end of the row. After returning here immediately, we have come to the end of our row, which I will show you closely. After knitting the last single crochet here, I do not touch the slip point. I come to the top space of the first single crochet. I took off the loop. I passed it by slipping it through the waiting loop. Now at this point, I pull a 2-3 chain and go up at this point. Now we will start our treble crochets. I am filling, I come, I knit 1 double treble crochet to the top of the first single crochet. How do we knit a double treble crochet? We wrapped our yarn at the beginning of the treble crochet. I came to the top of the first single crochet and took off the loop. There are 3 stitches I am filling. I wrap them together again. I knit them together. Now since I will finish here, I'm starting like this. Look, I will have a chain point and a treble crochet point. We will accept a treble crochet in this chain. I am filling. I leave 1 space. Look, I come to the top of the next single crochet and knit 3 double treble crochets. I fill 2 or 3 times, I throw in 1 single crochet and I knit 3 double crochets on top of the next single crochet. 2, 3. I am filling, leaving a gap, 3 double crochets to the next one, 2 and 3. Look, this is the only thing we will do, leaving a gap. Knitting 3 crochets to the next one. We will knit the whole thing like this until the end of the row, only at the end of the row. Look, we start with a chain and a crochet. The end and the beginning here, I will share it with you quickly. Look, now we have come to the end of our row. I knitted the last triple crochet here. There is 1 single crochet left at the end. We had 2 points when we started, chain and a crochet point. We accepted a single crochet in this chain. I am filling my hook. Look, I am inserting into the space where the first single crochet here is. I took a loop out. I am knitting 1 single crochet. I am making this point triple, look like the other points. Then I do not touch the chain at all. I first knitted, I am inserting into the top of the crochet. I took a loop out. Am I making a slip? With this slip we have created the top space of the chain. Look, it has become equal with the other points. Now I am inserting into the space in between. I am inserting into the wide space between the triples, taking a loop out and slipping here once I'm doing it. Now we'll do the same process again. Look, because we'll knit 3 rows of treble crochets like this. We'll knit groups of treble crochets. We went up in 3 chains. I'm filling in my hook. I come to the same space and first knit 1 double treble crochet. This is my starting point. Look, I'm leaving it like this. I'm filling. I'm coming to the next point. I pass the treble crochets and come to the intermediate space. Now we'll make an increase at this point. I'm knitting 2 treble crochets here. After 2 treble crochets, I make 2 chains. I'm filling in my hook. In fact, let's make 1 chain like this. There shouldn't be 2 chains more. I made a chain. I wrapped it around my hook. I come to the same space and knit 2 more treble crochets. 1, 2. Look, there's a chain in between. We made an increase at this point. I'm filling my hook. Look, we knitted 2 double crochets, 1 chain, 2 double crochets at the beginning. I'm coming to the next point, and this point is immediately like this. I knitted 2 double crochets. Let's make an increase here. I fill a chain, I come to the same space and knit 2 more double crochets. Look, I wrapped another space and I repeat the process I did here. I'm filling in between. Look, there is no chain in the transitions. I am sinking into the space between the triple crochets. I am knitting 2 crochets. I pull the chain, I am filling, I come to the same space and knit 2 more crochets. Now we will have 3 increase points in this order. Look, these are 1, 2, 3. We will do the same on the opposite side. We will continue by knitting the next intervals by triple. Look, this is important. We made a triple increase like this. Now we will continue 3, 3. I am filling, I am sinking into the next intermediate space. We will have used all these places. I sink into the intermediate space and knit 3 treble crochets. 1, 2, 3 I fill. I come to the next intermediate space, pass the triple treble crochet and knit 3 treble crochets into the intermediate space. 2, 3. Look, it will continue like this from now on. I fill, I come to the intermediate space and knit a group of 3 treble crochets again. Now let's continue by knitting groups of 3. We will always sink into the intermediate spaces. Let's knit the treble crochets then, like here at 1, 2, 3 points. Look here, the focus is this part. 1, 2, 3 full oval points. What happened to this 1, 2, 3 point? We will have made the increase we made here, by the way. How many treble crochet points will we have? Look, we will knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 from this triple point. After knitting 12, we will do the following operations we did here at the 13th point. 3, then we will pass this part by knitting triple again in the others. Now let's knit here. I will show you closely. It is useful to show this place in detail. After making our 3 increases, we knit 12 from the triple group. We came to the 13th point. There will be 12 from the triple group because there will be 12 on the opposite side. The model will be equal. Look, we came to the same point. The increase here will be reflected exactly the same to each other because it is an oval base. We knitted 2 double crochets. We pull a chain and knit 2 more double crochets in the same space. I'm filling it up right away. I come to the next space and there are 2 handrails. We knit 2 double crochets in the same space, 1 chain, I fill it, I come to the next intermediate space, 2 double crochets again. Every once in a while I come to the same space with a chain and knit 2 double crochets. Look carefully. Here again we made 1 or 2 or 3 increases as on this side. By the way, since the base is oval, it may seem a little wavy because we are making increases. Now when we continue knitting here, you will see how the base fits. Do not worry at this stage. Do not think like my base is crooked, etc. Now when the numbers fit, they will fit properly and neatly on the base. Now look, we made 3 increases. As you can see, we are doing it. I am filling the increase and I am entering the next intermediate group, skipping the group of 3, coming to the intermediate point, knitting 3 double crochet points, 2, 3. After this, we will knit groups of triple treble crochets until the end of the row. At the end of the row, look again as on this side. There are 12 groups of triple treble crochets. Here we will have 12 again until the end of the row. Now let's move on. Now look, we knitted the last group of triple treble crochets here. We went through this part as we described. Now we will finish the row. We are filling. We started with a chain and treble crochet at the beginning. I am filling. There are 2 points here. We will complete this place now as 3. I am coming to the same space. Look, and by knitting 1 treble crochet here, we have tripled this point. Now, without touching the 3 chains here, I am sinking into the top of the first treble crochet. I have made a stitch. By making a slip, we have created the end and beginning of our row in the same way. Now, I am coming to the next intermediate space. Since we will work these points by making my slip again from this point, it is important to be in the intermediate space. Now, at this point, I am going up again with 3 chains. I have wrapped it around my hook. I come to the same space and first knit 1 treble crochet. We accept 1 treble crochet in the chain. We started with 2. As in the previous row, we will finish the row by knitting 1 more treble crochet and completing it to 3. I am filling. In the meantime, we had a chain. Look, we had made our increase with 2 treble crochets, 1 chain and 2 treble crochets. I come to this space and knit a group of 3 treble crochets. I'm filling 2 and 3. I am coming to the intermediate space. Look, I pass 2 treble crochets and come to the intermediate space and knit 3 treble crochets, 2, 3. Always look. We will work treble crochet groups like this. I am filling. I pass 2 treble crochets and look, a gap of 1 chain greets us. I come to this point immediately and knit my 3 treble crochets. I've gone around and I'm coming to the next gap. Look, triple banister again. That is, I fill 3 double handrails, then pass 2 trabzan and dip into a chain, again 3 handrail groups. I am knitting. Look, we will continue like this. This row will always progress with triple treble crochet groups. I am filling. I am coming to the intermediate space, 3 treble crochets. Look, at the point where we made an increase, we also sank into the one chain spaces. We will sink into the intermediate spaces anyway. But here at the point where we made an increase, we are also using a chain. Look, we are both using the intermediate spaces and using a chain. Now we will continue. Look, the triple crochet groups are starting. I pass the triple crochet and come to the intermediate space, and I knit my 3 double crochets, 2, 3. In the middle space, 3 crochets. I knit these points. It is useful to show them in detail like this. Those who know how to knit will skip this part, but let's share it like this for those who want to see it. Now we will knit the intermediate spaces of triple treble crochet groups. We will apply the process we did here as well. We will knit the one chain spaces and the treble crochet groups again until we come to the end of the row. We have come to the end of our row. We knit the last triple treble crochet group here. We come to the first space we started, and by knitting 1 treble crochet here, we complete the point 3, which is 2. I sink to the top of the first treble crochet without touching the chain. Did I take off the stitch and slip it? Now I am going up with 2 chains. Look, the pattern will return to single treble crochet after knitting 3 rows. After 2 chains, I am filling. I sink into the space between the chain and the treble crochet. Look, I wrapped 2 chains with a crochet hook. I am coming to the intermediate space. I took off a stitch, I wrapped it, I collect 3 of them at once. We sank into the intermediate space, I am filling it again. Look at the next intermediate space, I sank into the intermediate space, I took off a stitch, I collected 3 of them at once, I am filling it, I come to the intermediate space of the next point. I sank into this point as well and knit a single treble crochet. Now look at each intermediate space. We will proceed by knitting a single treble crochet by sinking into the spaces between the treble crochets. In this way, we will always knit a single treble crochet. We will use the intermediate spaces. See, there is no difference. In the meantime, we will come to the end of the row by sinking into each intermediate space, knitting single treble crochets and knitting all of them in this way. See, we have come to the end of our row. We are sinking in the space between the chain and treble crochet here. We took off a stitch. We collected 3 stitches at once. We definitely used the intermediate spaces. Look, here are the 2 chains without touching. I am sinking into the first trapeze hill. I took off a stitch from here. I'm making a slip. I went up a chain. I'm coming. I knitted the first. I'm sinking into the trapeze hill and knitting 1 single crochet. Now this is our row of single crochets. Each one we will proceed by knitting 1 single crochet. Look, when the treble crochets are inserted into the tops of the single treble crochets, look, it should look like this from the back. The hook should come out like this. Now, as I described, we will knit 1 single crochet into each one. Look. Let's continue like this by knitting 1 single crochet to each one until the end of the row. Look, we have come to the end of our row. I have come to the end of the row by knitting 1 single crochet to the tops of the last single crochets here. I am inserting into the top of the first single crochet. I have made a loop. I am making my slip stitch. Now look, we will have increases at this point. What am I doing with the increases? I am at the top of the first single crochet. Here I have gone up with 3 chains again. I'm filling my hook. I'm knitting 1 double crochet to the top of the single crochet here. Look, the beginnings will always proceed in the same way at the points where we start with a double crochet. We will leave this point like this. I am filling our starting point now. We are inserting into our 1 or 2/3 spaces at this point. Look, I am inserting into the 1 or 2/3 spaces. I am knitting 2 crochet stitches. I pull a chain once in a while, I wrap it, I come to the same space and knit 2 more double crochets. Now, look, we will make our increases at this point. When you look at it like this, the knitting has already started to gather from this end. Look, it has started to curl slightly inward. Now, when we make increases here, we need to enlarge our bag a little more. Now, look, we have completed this point here. I am filling. Now, at this stage, I am sinking into 1 or 2/3 points again. I'm knitting 2 crochet stitches. 1 chain. I knit 2 double crochets in the same space. I knit. We made our increase again. Look, we will pass this part oval point like this. I fill. After wrapping, I sink into 1 or 2/3 spaces again. I knit 2 double crochets first. There is a chain in between. I come to the same space and knit 2 crochets. I wrapped it, I'm sinking into the third one, 1, 2, I'm sinking into the third one, 2 double crochets, 1 chain. I'm knitting 2 double crochets into the same space and making the increases at this point. Look. I want to show it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we will complete it to 6. When we make the increases, look, we made 3 increases here. The reason for this is that the model consists of multiples of 2. It consists of multiples of 3. What does multiples of 3 mean? 3 plus 3 plus. We need to have space because the handrail groups here are in a more visible spot. That's why we adjust these handrail numbers as multiples of 3 to fit. When making the increases, plus 3 will increase, so 3 increases from here, 3 increased from here, for example. Now we have made 6, 3 plus 3 here, 1, 2, 3 became 4. Now let's complete this to 6. This is the logic, in other words, for those who are wandering on the floor of the model. Let's say at this stage again I am sinking into 1 2/3 and 2 treble crochets. 1 chain, I knit my 2 treble crochets in the same space, like this. It is really neat. 2, 4, 5. Now I will make the 6th increase, 1 2/3, sinking into my empty space. I knit 2 double crochets in the same space with a chain in between. Now we make increases in the oval edge parts. Let's show it like this. Right at the oval point, we made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 increases. The next point pattern will continue like this. We will knit groups of 3. See? I am filling at the beginning of my hook. I insert into the first, second, third space and knit the group of 3 treble crochets. I fill the same space with the third treble crochet. I insert into the first, second, third space and knit 3 treble crochets. Double treble crochets to these points. Now let's continue. I will share with you how many treble crochets I knitted here. Now let's knit the groups of 3 treble crochets like this. In the meantime, how many treble crochets did I leave in the return part? And I made the increases. Let's share this with you quickly. Look, after making 6 increases here, we knitted 12 of the groups of 3 treble crochets. After knitting 12 groups of 3 treble crochets, we start the increases. We are filling. Look, we always skip 2 spaces. I wrapped immediately. I insert into the first, second, third space. I knitted 2 treble crochets, 1 chain, I fill the same space with 2 treble crochets, 1, 2, I insert the third space and repeat the same process. Look, here are 2 treble crochets, 1 chain, and I knit 2 treble crochets immediately. Now there will be 6 from this point. We will continue now. We knitted 1, 2 of them. After knitting 6 of them, we will knit triple treble crochet groups here as we knitted here. Here too, the number that is, there are 12 of the triple treble crochet groups here. Here again, after making 6 increases, we will knit 12 triple treble crochet groups and come to the end of the row. Look, as I described you, I came to the end of the row by knitting triple treble crochet groups. There are 2 single crochet points left at the end. Look, the row is equalized. I am filling my yarn with the hook. Here I come to the top of the first single crochet we started with. Look, I am knitting 1 double crochet from here. As in the lower rows, I am inserting into the top of the first double crochet without touching the chain. I have removed a loop. Am I making a slip stitch? See, we have finished the row again. As in the lower rows, I come to the intermediate space. I have removed a loop. And am I making a slip stitch? Then we go up 1 or 2 or 3 chains. We have wrapped the red. We come to the same space again and knit 1 double crochet. I leave it here. See, when we start, we will knit a chain and a double crochet each time. We will have made the third point. While finishing, I am filling. See, the point where I made an increase comes after 2 double crochets, 1 chain immediately. I insert into this space. I knit 3 groups of double crochets. I fill 2 or 3. I come to my next intermediate space and knit a triple group at this point. Look, we will work double crochets like this for 3 rows. The model will fit later anyway. Now we are finishing the base part. Here I come to a 1 chain space. I knit my 3 crochets. I fill 2, 3. I have come to the intermediate space. I knit a triple crochet group. I knit. Now we had done these points in the lower row. Look, when we see the chain, we will knit a chain triple crochet group. We will pass this point in this way by diving into the intermediate space and knitting a triple crochet group. Then when we see the triple crochet groups, we will always work in the intermediate spaces. Look, as in the lower rows, we will always knit triple crochet groups in the intermediate spaces, and there is no increase in this row. Now our increases are over. We will have increased up to here. Now let's knit the whole thing. We will iron at the end of the row. Look, the sole is finished. I iron it with a steam quill. If you want, a hand iron is also sufficient. This is entirely up to your preference. Even if you knit it with paper thread, you can iron it with a steam quill. There will be no problem. Look, we have completed this order and made the same ending and beginning again. Now I ironed it by pressing it from the reverse side with steam. As I said, there is no problem. You can also iron it easily. Now let's give our measurements in centimeters at this stage. Look, the base length is 35 centimeters and the width is 24 centimeters, 35 by 24 centimeters. Our base dimensions are now very easy. From now on, we will knit 3 rows of treble crochet, 1 row of single crochet, 1 row of single crochet. The knitting will always repeat itself. Now we continue. Look here, I did the same ending and beginning again. It is useful to show this part. Let's share the ending with you once more. Look, I am filling here. We started with chain and treble crochet. We come to the same space and knit 1 more treble crochet. We triple this point. Then I sink to the top of the first treble crochet and do I slip? Then I come to the intermediate space. After the intermediate space, I have made a slip again. 2 slips. Look, I have come to the intermediate point. We will always work on the intermediate parts. Look, it is always necessary to be in between these. We will always finish and start by slipping like this. Now we go up with 3 chains again. There is no increase after this. We will always knit the intermediate spaces as triple treble crochet groups. I fill after 3 chains. I enter the same space and do 1 double treble crochet. I leave it here. When we finish, we will have knitted the 3rd double crochet. I am filling my hook. I pass the triple double crochet and insert it into the intermediate space, and I am knitting 3 double treble crochets now. At this stage, we will knit treble crochets. We will always knit treble crochet groups. Let's complete our row. How many treble crochet groups we have knitted? Let's share with you quickly now. Look, we have come to the end of the row. There are 48 treble crochet groups. Now we will finish the row here. I am filling with crochet. See, I came to the point where it first started and knitted the 3rd treble crochet like this, and without touching the chain point, I sink to the top of the 1st treble crochet. I took out a loop. I do my slipping. We always do the same ending and beginning. Look, when we do it like this, the chain point going up point is not obvious. Now look, after knitting the 3-row treble crochet group. Now we will knit the single treble crochet and single crochet here for this. Now, at this stage, look, I am pulling my 2 chains without going to the intermediate space I wrapped with crochet. Immediately I sink into my gap here between the chain and treble. I took out a loop. There are 3 loops I wrapped. I collect 3 of them at once. I wrapped. I come to the intermediate space. I pulled out a loop. I collected 3 of them at once. I'm filling. I'm coming to the next intermediate space. Look, I'm sinking into the space between the double crochet. And am I knitting single crochets by collecting 3 of them at once? I sank into the intermediate space, single crochet. As I said, there is no increase. Let's knit the single crochet row. Now how do we go in the single crochet row? Let's share it with you quickly. We have completed our row. Now I am coming. I will show you the end of the row here. Look, I am sinking into the last intermediate space. I knitted the single crochet. I wrapped the chain, and look, we had accepted this chain as a double crochet. We are knitting the single crochet by sinking into the space between the other double crochet. See, I knitted the 1st double crochet again without touching the chain. I am sinking to the top of the double crochet. I took out a stitch that will come out from the back like this. Am I slipping? Am I pulling a chain after slipping? I am coming immediately. I am knitting 1 single crochet on top, single crochet. Look, in this order, we are knitting single crochets all the time. Now we are sinking 1 into each of them. As I said, the increases are over. We will finish this row by knitting 1 single crochet in each one. In fact, we are repeating this row. Look, single crochet, then triple crochet groups again, 3 rows. We will move on to knitting, but I want to share the ending and the beginning here with you once more. Now let's knit our single crochet. Let's knit and continue by knitting 1 single crochet in each one. We have completed our row until the end of the row. We have finished in the single crochet row. Now let's turn our bag to its flat side. Let's continue knitting like this. We will knit more easily. After finishing the last wool part, we will switch to ironing with a steam iron again. We are finishing our single crochet row. Look, we are inserting the last single crochet here to the top and knitting our single crochet, and we come to the top of the first single crochet and make a loop and slip from this point. After slipping, now look, after the single crochet, we move on to the treble crochet row. I fill in 2 or 3 chains with a crochet hook. I immediately knit one treble crochet in the space where the first treble crochet is. Look, the same beginning with chain and treble crochet. We started filling. From now on we will continue knitting with triple treble crochet groups, sinking into the third space 1 or 2 times. Look, we knitted 3 double crochet points. I am filling 1, 2, I am sinking into the third point and knitting a triple crochet group. From now on we will continue by knitting triple crochet groups like this. I am sinking into the 1, 2 third space. As I said, the model consisted of multiples of 3. If you are going to make your numbers differently, we need to make your starting numbers accordingly so that the model fits here, because the other points are already 1 single crochet for each. And we continue in the next row with 1 single crochet for each. Look, I want to show you like this. From now on, when we come to the end of the row, we will do the same ending and always work the intermediate spaces. As here, look, we will knit 3 rows of double crochet, as here, by always working the intermediate spaces, 3 rows like this. After knitting the double crochet, 1 row of single crochet, 1 row of single crochet, then 3 more like this, 3 rows of triple crochet groups, 1 row of single crochet, 1 row of single crochet. The model is now, look, this is all. By doing these operations I have shown you at the end and beginning of the row, we will continue in this way. Look, let me show you the model like this once more. The triple crochet group here is single. We will make our bag hollow enough by repeating this pattern of the treble and tight needle points. Now let's finish the wall part and continue to the next stage together. Look, as we have described to you here, we have always worked the model of the wall part in the same way. Look, when I accept the point where these triple treble groups are as a model and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, we applied the model exactly with the numbers in the original. If we count from the base, look, the part with the model starts from the base, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We set up the model from the base. Now we will finish at this point. Look, I will give the measurement in centimeters, but I want to show this part, the last single crochet. Look, we are finishing the bag like this. There was no shifting done in the original bag. I will not do it either. At this point we will have finished our bag. But I had already given the measurement of the base before. Look, I am not counting the 2 models after this base. I am counting the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 models. If I were to tell the bag size starting from the 5th model, look, if I were to say up to the point where this single railing is, our bag is 35 centimeters long. If we were to open it from the bottom, look like this. Let's show you when I open it like this. For those who are curious, we gave the measurements in centimeters. Look, it makes exactly 48 centimeters at the point where the sole ends. 48 centimeters is the length measurement in this way from the sole. Now look, the sole has been ironed. Let's remember the tick. Now we will finish it on the wall part and iron it. While finishing, what am I doing here? Look, we knitted our single crochet at the last point. Let's show it again. After inserting to the top of the last single crochet and knitting our single crochet, I extend our yarn a little bit, like 10 centimeters, and cut it. I took out the yarn in the ball. Now I am inserting to the top of the first single crochet I knitted, from back to front. Let's see it properly. Look, well, I pass the rope from front to back. Then at the point where the rope comes, I dip the back dotted line in the single wing on the outside. I take the rope in from here, from the point where the rope comes. Look, it always becomes spike. The end point is quite regular and looks nice. Then we will hide this rope by passing it through the appropriate spaces in the inside part. We will immediately move on to placing our handle. Before placing the handle, definitely look at the wall part of the bag. We have already ironed the base. I will iron it by pressing it with a steam iron. We completed our handles by sewing them with the etamine needle and its own thread. Look, the width of our bag is 47 centimeters like this. I have already mentioned its length. Our recipe was like this. I hope you like it and come back. I wish good luck to those who will do it. Don't forget to like our video, leave a comment and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye until we see you in the next video.